Good evening, everyone. It's so great to have you here in the wonderful city of Miramar. I'm so glad you could come. The purpose of this is to bring light to international trade. I know a lot of the times we do local trade, but in order to have a forum for you to hopefully export your goods and hopefully import from other countries. So I thought the idea of bringing our consulates together with our business partners would be a very good way, along with the chamber, to at least facilitate this venture. I know I was speaking with our former president of the chamber, and she was mentioning to me about a plan she had to have an international trade zone here. And so, these are the starts of the talks for that. And I think now is as good a time as any to really get these talks underway.
I'm just going to be up here briefly to talk about why Miramar. Now, some of you already may be here and know Miramar very well, but I want to remind you why this is a great place to do business. One of the greatest aspects of the city is that it's centrally located on the border of Broward and Miami-Dade County. We're 20 minutes away from all the major ports and airports and the major transportation routes. So that's a central location that's very advantageous for us. And so we've become a hub for actually a lot of transportation and distribution. Now we're always looking to the future, and we're planning for success, and we've been proactive about our growth. The city has grown in a very predictable and stable manner over the years, and we've created our own town center, which you're here a part of. This is the Cultural Arts Center, which is part of the town center, Miramar Town Center. And you can see the activities finally come back to the city and to the area with the construction. Unfortunately, this town center is now a construction site, and it will be for about another year, but we're very excited to get that going again. And we also have, throughout this process of growth, we've maintained and expanded our infrastructure to meet demands of growth. And that's been very important, especially along the I-75 corridor, having that ability to come into the city and basically be able to hook up and start your business. Major corporations took advantage of that, and it was something that was very advantageous for us. But we never will forget historic Miramar, the older part, the pioneer section of the city. We continue to invest and reinvest in that area, and we'll always do so. One of the things we take pride in as well, and you see that here tonight, is our partners, both the chamber and the county. We work very closely together going forward. And that makes us a very business-friendly location. Very business-friendly through our corporate attraction incentives in partnership with the state and the county. We also have a streamlined permitting process. We are one of the few platinum cities in Greater Fort Lauderdale, so named by the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance. So we promise a very smooth process for the business community when they come here and they want to build. We have a variety of programs, not only for corporations, but also for small businesses. We've expanded those and include them as we help businesses as small as less than five employees to the large corporations that have 200, 300, 400 employees. And we continue to grow our programs so that we can meet the business needs. Again, our partnership with the chamber. If you want to join the chamber, the city provides an incentive to help you in that first year. And we're always there to help you as staff. If you have any space needs, any particular need at all, and counseling needs, we can refer you to anything at all related to your business. And one of the things we're very excited about is the possibility of moving into the international trade arena. But the city is also known for its quality of life. We're very proud of our park system, our aquatic centers, state-of-the-art Anson track facility, of course this Cultural Arts Center of 800 seats, the branch library next door, and the school system has become really phenomenal. If you watch news every day, you know Miramar High and its football team is very strong, but I got to tell you, academically that school is also very strong, and so are the other high schools, and it's something we're very proud of. I've been with the city for 15 years, and I've seen that school turn around from someplace you wouldn't want to go to someplace everybody wants to go. And it's quite a story, so something we're very proud of. And it's all about results. That's what we claim, and that's what we bring forward. We've been acclaimed by Money Magazine twice as America's Best Places to Live. We have one of the largest corporate parks in the county. We have 9 million square feet of industrial, commercial space, 3 million square feet of office space, and 3 million square feet of retail. We are our presence in South Broward, in South Florida, and we're very proud of the county's foreign trade zone program. Since 2000, we've been able to attract numerous companies to the city. You see a lot of them. We're a corporate headquarters, NBC6, Telemundo, Humana, Carnival, American Express, to name a few, Clear Channel, bringing thousands of jobs and millions of dollars in investment.
I have a short presentation on the subject of the foreign trade zone as an opportunity for businesses here. Basically, I'm going to go through what it is, and it's an area, a geographical area, typically a port, but not always. In this case, Port Everglades is the one in Broward County. That provides special customs procedures to U.S. plants engaged in international trade-related activities. Now, its duty-free treatment is accorded items that are processed in these FTZs and then re-exported, and duty payment is deferred on items until they are brought out of the FTZ for sale in the U.S. market. Some of the public benefits you see on the screen here include helping to expedite and facilitate international trade, provide special customs procedures as a public service to help firms conduct international trade-related operations in competition with foreign plants, help create employment opportunities. Some facts that you should be familiar with here is that 90% of the firms using FTZs are US-based. 80% of merchandise received in FTZs is of domestic origin. Over 2,900 firms use them. Over 290,000 people are employed in US FTZs. Exports from FTZs exceed 17 billion. 49 states have them. There are 230 FTZs and 407 subzones, which I'll cover in a minute. They also operate with minimal expenditures of tax dollars. The U.S. customs that are involved in these and their enforcement are reimbursed through merchandise processing fees in the zones themselves. Now, locally, the Port Everglades is the foreign trade zone. That's the designated one. Now, it's designated as FTZ 25 by the federal government. Now, in addition, it includes more than a dozen off-port subzones and non-contiguous sites where companies can also take advantage of deferral, reduction, or elimination of U.S. Customs and Border Protection duties. Now, that translates into improved cash flow. It's estimated that such bottom line savings could be 2 to 3%. That could vary, but that's been estimated. And are increasingly important to firms in a global environment where profit margins can be squeezed. Now, the subzones, those are individual companies, such as in Miramar, we have 3. We have Stanley Black & Decker, and a representative from the company here will be coming up in a minute to talk about their experience. Simply Reliable Power, both of them are in the Miramar Park of Commerce. And we have L'Oreal, the cosmetics company, on Southwest 145th Avenue. Now, when a company is interested in joining the FTZ as a subzone, it coordinates directly with the Port Everglades officials. It's not a city process, so just so that you know that. We can certainly help make the contact for anybody that wants to go through that process. That'd be easy to do. What I've read is that the process of getting into it is not that lengthy. I've read anywhere from 1 to 3 months to actually be accepted into it. And you're talking about a few $1,000s for an application. And so, but again, the port officials can help the company get in through that process and into the zone. And we're proud to have the companies we have. We encourage participation. Staff is here to help with that any way we can, along with the port people.
As you may know, Stanley acquired Black & Decker 3 years ago. At that point in time, Stanley Tools was already located in Miramar in the free trade zone, doing a lot of business, right? And they've been there for 10 years. But Black & Decker was also using a free trade zone, right, to supply basically the Central America and the Caribbean. And they were using the Panama free trade zone. The corporation made a full analysis of benefits and plus and minuses between the 2 free trade zones. And as a result, they made the decision to consolidate and merge everything into the Miramar free trade zone. So they shut down the operation down in Panama. They merged that more than 2 years ago, right? And the results have been really successful, very tremendous synergies, not only in the merge of the 2 operations, but also in the savings that they've been taking out of the facility here. and how easy it is to make business with the free zone. I would say I had experience before with other free trade zones, and here is very, very easy to make business, import and export, right? Admission and export from the free zone is just so easy that we can operate with a very efficiently way and a few amount of people doing all the paperwork and documentation that needs to from the free zone. Our company is located here in the Palm Street, basically Miramar, Palm Street, very close to the Turnpike. We have an operation that is more than 120 employees there, right? And something that is really important for us is two things of the location. One, it is related to employees. Around 40 to 50% of our base in employees really live around no further than 20 miles from the facility. So, and we have people living in all directions, right, from Miami-Dade all the way to the north. So it is very convenient to really find people very close living, we're really willing to commute to our facility. So that is important. The other important thing is about logistics and transportation, right? As we bring our product, 90% of the product that we import into the free zone comes from Asia. And we export 100% of our product to Latin America, from Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, all the way to Argentina and Brazil. We use, as you may know, the main port of entry is Miami, the Miami port, where we bring from Asia. And 100% of our exports goes through Everglades port. We invoice more than $300 million per year, right? Most of that goes direct to customers, but we also ship to affiliates in other countries, so they can serve locally the customers. When we moved the operation up here, right, the Black & Decker operation, the company realized that they needed extra space, and they needed free trade zone. So we didn't have that space in the facility where we were located with the Stanley tools. So they found an extra building across the street, but it wasn't a free trade zone license. It took less than 2 or 3 months to convert that into free zone and get the license, and it was very easy to be done by the landlord, ourselves with the free trade zone and the city. So in a matter of just a couple of months, they had the solution already in place. They were able to consolidate and merge everything very easy. We also had the need later on additional space because the business was really growing fast. And we found one big company that operates in Port Everglades who has all that facility to really provide space, right? Very flexible. We were able to accommodate our volume, right? A number of containers that we were receiving as well. And we were able to operate really without any issue to the business. So we have found a number of different flexibility, right, in our operation. Another facility that we have really found here, another easy way to do business, it is the shipping, right? All the ships, the frequency that we found to the region is significantly much higher than the Panama Free Trade Zone. So now we have ships, sailing every week, a few days, right, from each other. So we found the space very easy. Customers receive the product in a few weeks. We have an average of between 6 to 8% savings in import duties that we don't pay, right? Just by bringing product overseas. And without this operation here, we wouldn't be able really to save that amount of money and be so flexible in our logistics. So at the end, really, as a company, this is a strategic point for the corporation. We represent a significant amount of business for the corporate, worldwide speaking. So this facility here is always on the radar for our corporate office. And there is a lot of compliance work around this, right? A lot of audits from the corporation, so we always be in compliance with the free zone and the city.
We're looking at so many more jobs in the trade area. 150,000 jobs are supposed to be generated in the next couple of years for trade and exporting. So it's an exciting time. Chambers of Commerce across the world are given the task of giving out certificates of origin. And what these are documents stating that products and services are made or manufactured here in the United States and are sent out to other countries. And so when I came to Miramar about a year, 18 months ago, one of the things that we were looking at were some of the manufacturers here within the community and what we could do to make it easier for exporting. And we wanted to make sure that Miramar is going to, and their businesses were going to be taken care of solidly, making sure that they had all their I's dotted and T's crossed in the idea of certificates of origin. Because the last thing any business wants is, as they're exporting their goods to another country, that they end up having some problem and sitting on the docks rotting or wasting away. And so the board of directors for the chamber last year set up to work with a company called eCertify. It's an electronic certificate of origin program. Only 40 chambers in the United States use this program, only 2 in the state of Florida, and we are one of them that are certified to do that. And so what we do is, thank you. What we do is we make sure that all your documents are done electronically and done correctly the first time. And if there's a problem with that, we can take care of them. One of the biggest issues with certificates of origin is that sometimes you have to wait for somebody to be at the chamber to sign and stamp those certificates. That's not the case at the Miramar Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce. You do it online, and sometimes within 5 minutes we can have that taken care of because we're linked up fully within our organization to take care of those certificates in a very expedient fashion. We want to be your place to network and also be your place to give you guidance on what's going on in other countries as you're looking to export.
It's about business, it's about jobs, it's about economic development. That's probably the most critical thing that we have to do today, considering the great economic downturn that we've had in this nation. There are a lot of people who need to be ensured that we are working diligently every day to ensure that they will have a job, that the economy will improve, that they'll be able to find work so that they can provide for themselves and their family. Broward County is uniquely positioned to be a dominant player in the marketplace in every way you can look at it. We have a great diverse population, a young population. We've got great educational institution. We have to ensure that we create this synergy amongst our business, our government, and our academic centers to grow the economy, to ensure that we are the preferred destination for businesses to locate. We are also positioned with some great assets. We have an airport that is expanding today. We're putting $1 million a day into the expansion at our airport. We'll have 2 runways that will be able to operate simultaneously. Whereas previously we had 2 runways, but because they crisscross, we could only use 1 at a time. So that's gonna add a tremendous amount of capacity for airlines, and they're already starting to take advantage of it. In fact, JetBlue is adding 100 flights to our airport. Yes. Haiti is our 26th largest trading partner with South Florida at $1.2 billion. And last year we sold them almost $700 million worth of goods and services. And by the way, that is $200 million more than we sold to China, who was number 4 at $5.4 billion in trade. So let's do more business with Haiti. It's better to do business with Haiti than to do it with China. We have a seaport right next door. You could practically throw a stone from the airport to the seaport. That's great connectivity. There are hardly any place in the world that have that kind of proximity between their airport and their seaport. And we don't stop there with the great asset that we have. And that's almost downtown. So you can come to town in the morning flight, go check on your goods at the seaport, go downtown and sign the contract, go to the beach for a few moments, which is just there also, get back on a plane and you can go wherever you're going before the end of the day. It is a great position that we have. Not only that, we're in the middle of the 6th largest metropolitan area in the United States of America, the largest economy in the world. That position, in the middle of it, we're not all the way on the end, as some parts of South Dade, or all the way on the other end as some parts of Palm Beach. We're in the middle of that 5.5 million people, huge economy. So if you're located in Broward County, you have the advantage. And in fact, it shows in our unemployment numbers. We are 1% lower than Dade or Palm Beach County. We are like 5.9%, I think the last time I looked at, whereas the other two were above 7. If we don't sell more of our goods and services to the rest of the world, the quality of life that we've come to know in America will diminish. And let me tell you this, the Chinese are not sitting waiting. And they're not fighting each other like we're doing in Tallahassee and in Washington. They're planning 100 years in advance. And they're executing those plans. They're going out and they're taking markets from us that should naturally be yours. Because no other country in the world has a diverse population as we do. How many Haitians are in China? Anybody know? Not many. So they're not having any jobs in China to make money and send back home, are they? So for Haitian people in Haiti, it's better for them to buy from us. Colombians, no matter where you're from in the world, it's better to do business with the United States of America because those countries benefits tremendously from the connections that they have. And we benefit tremendously because of the diversity that we have.
These are exciting times. We're definitely a global hub, the whole region, especially Broward County, that we're centered in the center of South Florida. What we do at the Office of Economic and Small Business, we have different services that are available for you for free. So please come and see us. We work together with the city, and we have small business certification. Freddie Castillo is here after. He can tell you more about them. You can get certified and participate in government projects, either from the counties and from the city. On my side, I'm responsible for international trade. So what can we do for you for international trade? If you've never exported and want to become export ready, we have different free programs. We have free export readiness seminars. We also have seminars that focus on a specific country. In addition to that, we receive inbound delegations. We'll have a lot of great events. Check out our calendar on the browardcounty.org website. Also come and see me. I'll give you my business cards and love to work with all of you. So thank you very much.
It's really a pleasure to be here this evening to witness the offerings that the city of Miramar has, and it is quite impressive. I must say that the government of Jamaica, some of you may not know, is at the moment about to undertake a very large project which will see to take advantage of what's happening with the expansion of the Panama Canal. We're calling it a logistics hub, where ships leaving the east will pass through the Caribbean and offload their goods en route to the expanded Panama Canal. So this economic zone that was just highlighted would definitely assist Jamaica once that logistics hub is set up in our country. So we're really looking forward to perhaps twinning with the city of Miramar at some point down the line. One of the cities in Jamaica, Kingston or Montego Bay. So with that said, I'm happy to be here and looking forward to interacting with the city in the future.
Es para mí un placer ver el gran desarrollo y crecimiento de esta ciudad.
It is a pleasure to see how huge has this city developed.
En la que está ofreciendo oportunidades a los inversionistas,
And it is giving opportunity to invest.
tanto de acá, del sur de la Florida, como extranjeros que quieran establecerse en los Estados Unidos.
People here in the state of Florida, as well as the people in the other countries in the Caribbean.
Miramar está en el sur de la Florida, que representa la capital de las Américas.
Miramar is in the center of South Florida, which represents the center of America.
Y la oportunidad de que ofrezcan una ciudad como esta a los inversionistas
And the opportunity that a city such as this offered to any future investors,
tanto en impuestos, facilidad para instalarse,
facility to install here in the city,
permisos,
permissions,
hará que esta ciudad atraiga mucho más inversionistas de lo que ustedes esperan.
all this together will bring more investors to the city.
Es un placer compartir con ustedes esta
It is a
noche
pleasure to be with you here tonight,
y le doy las gracias porque haré también
and I thank you.
dar conocimiento a aquellos inversionistas dominicanos que quieran establecerse en el sur de la
If
Florida.
there's anything, any business that you might want to do with the Dominican Republic, do not hesitate and contact the consulate of the Dominican Republic,
Ofreciéndole la ventaja que ustedes ofrecen
offer you anything that you may
aquellos que
need
se quieran instalar acá.
to those that want to install in the Dominican Republic as well as here.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you
Buenas
very
noches.
much. Good evening.
It was a great pleasure having you here tonight, and I'm really pleased with the turnout. Please make sure you go and tell your friends and neighbors and other business partners that we're in the business of international trade here in the city of Miramar. Anything you want to know about free trade, you can contact our office, and we'll put you through to the right people in the county, but know that we're open for business.